Hey, it's Sarah here. Hopefully you're doing well. In today's video, I wanted to talk about a interesting concept that I learned, or actually, I wouldn't say so much that I learned, but something that I kind of actually been thinking about over the past few days, and it is the topic of why being immature can actually make you more successful in business. I want to talk about why I personally believe that in a way, being immature can at times lead you to becoming more successful in your business. Now, I know this topic may sound a bit confusing to a lot of you watching this, but I want to talk specifically about in what areas should you be more, I guess you could say, immature, and how this can really affect your business. So I want to start by talking about, like kind of like the average lifestyle that people tend to live. So people generally, most people living on this planet, that are, what they do is throughout their life, they go to school, then after they graduate, maybe they go to college. Most of them do go to college. They end up getting, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars into debt. And then they decide to work the next 40 years of their life in a career that they, most likely don't even enjoy. And then, at the age of like 60 or something, then that's when they retire. Now, this to a lot of people isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but the mature thing to do, and this is what most people do, is they settle with that and they accept that that is reality, that is life. So that's how most people who go through life, they look at things this way, where it's kind of like from that realistic perspective. You got to think realistic. You got to, you got to follow the norm. You got to be willing to just accept, life as it is and just kind of go on, just get by in life. I apologize if it sounds kind of loud, but you got to just go on with your life and just kind of, just get by, and then at the end, then you die. So that's kind of the average lifestyle that people tend to live, is they just kind of settle with, what the average person is, that average lifestyle that most people unfortunately have. I have a pop-up here. Okay, I'm still back. But the immature thing to do is to actually go against that and decide that you are going to do things differently. So that is something that, when you first go about that, a lot of people, either your parents or other, family members, other friends of yours, anyone in your life may look at that and they think, okay, you're being unrealistic. That's not, what it's about. I mean, that, the lifestyle of being able to, work on your own terms and being your own boss, that sounds too good to be true. Making money online sounds too good to be true. So you gotta just, you gotta think realistic. Maybe you shouldn't go for this. Maybe it's not, it sounds risky. All these things that mature people will tell you is that you gotta think realistic. You gotta be willing to just kind of accept things as they are and not, try and, grow into the person that you really want to become. So the idea is you got to be willing to just, you got to be willing to, when you see an opportunity to grow, beyond where you're at, and to also have that lifestyle, in the future of being able to be, your own boss pretty much, and do things that you actually enjoy doing rather than what others are telling you to do. This is what this is what's going to allow you to have the lifestyle that you really want, is that you got to be willing to not look at things from a realistic perspective, because that's more of a mature thing to do, but you have to be willing to look at things from your imagination, because humans are capable of doing incredible things that, you watching this have the potential to do, things that no one else on this planet could predict. I mean, think about it this way, other creatures on this planet, you got cats, dogs, any other creatures, they just have, their only option is to just kind of live like every other, species of that nature. But us humans, we could pretty much choose where it is that we want to go, and that is the power of, really, choosing to be, an entrepreneur, is really having that freedom to live on your own terms. So when you hear about an opportunity of, being able to, grow into the person you want to be, and becoming an entrepreneur, this is something that, it takes a very strong-minded individual to really go against what the average person is telling them, and be able to just kind of just go with it, and just knowing that if you stick with something long enough, this is what's going to allow you to have those long-term results, you know, in your business, in life, in general. Is if you want to have those above average results, you cannot be thinking like the masses, because the masses think that, you know, being mature is going to get you far in life. But, you know, in a way, being immature is kind of better, because, you know, you get to have more freedom. You get to, you know, kind of, you know, enjoy life more, and you're not constantly stressing out about, you know, like having to go to a job you hate every morning. But this is what's going to allow you to have that that long-term happiness in the future. So ultimately, you got to think of it this way. You know, almost like, it's like kind of like when a kid, you know, someone that, you know, either maybe in school or, you know, before they go to school, usually if they don't get their way, they will, you know, pout and shout if they don't get their way. But you have to kind of take that same attitude and apply it to your business. If you aren't getting the results you want, and you feel like you've been going at it for a while, you cannot just settle with the fact that, okay, maybe this isn't for me. You have to keep going, and you have to, you know, have that mindset of, you know, it's not over until I win. You know, that's what Les Brown said in one of his speeches. You know, it's not over until I win. He was playing a game with this kid, I think it was Connect 4, and Les Brown kept beating his son, and when he was about to go to bed, his kid said, you know, it's not over till I win. And in a way, that is how you should really go about building your business, because this is ultimately what's going to allow you to have that those long-term results in the future. Is you got to be willing to persevere. You got to be willing to just keep going. And as long as you keep going, you stay consistent, this is what's going to allow you to have the long-term results that you truly want in your business. You know, where you're not living your life based on what someone else is telling you, but this is where you are pretty much, you know, being independent, and you could pretty much live on your own terms. So that is my message that I wanted to share. Hopefully you found this helpful. Let me know what you thought in the comments of this message, if you agreed with the message that I was putting out here. I know it's kind of an interesting take on it, but I hope you found this video helpful. My phone is about to die any second now, so I gotta go kind of quick. If you would like to learn how you can build a profitable business online through affiliate marketing, network marketing, whatever online business you're looking to build, there will be that link in the description where you can get access to the free webinar, and that's going to show you how to pretty much become your own independent marketer. So this is where it's going to allow you to pretty much be independent, succeed in any product or niche that you're going into, and this is what's going to allow you to have the long-term results. So again, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Share this with anyone whom you feel could benefit, and take care.